Hello everyone and welcome to the RV Solar presentation by Solar Energy Systems. My name is Andrew Staffelbach. We'd like to thank Forest River and Techno RV for putting on this virtual RV rally. And we're glad to be here to talk to you all about RV Solar. We are located in Napanee, Indiana, which is right around Elkhart County, the RV manufacturing hub of the United States. We've been around since 2006 doing regular solar and RV solar. And we design every RV system and every solar system to fit the needs of the customers. We don't have a one size fits all package. We've got a custom design for each person because each RV is a little bit different and each customer's needs are a little bit different. And that's how we do business here at Solar Energy Systems. Most people want to go get RV solar because they want to go dry camping, or what you guys call boondocking. And the problem with boondocking is that there's no shore power, so you need something to power your RV when you're out in the wilderness. So it's really hard to go camping on the beach or in the wilderness or kind of anywhere else where you're separated from shore power. So you're limited to going to RV parks that have a connection. The solution is to get RV solar, and that's what we specialize in. So if you get RV solar, you can go boondocking or dry camping wherever you want. You can use it to power and charge up your batteries, so you never run out. And how it works is basically we put solar panels on the roof, and they create electricity when the sunlight is shining on them, and they charge your batteries. And that's all they do. They charge your batteries and keep them going so you can run your appliances wherever you go. Can't you just use a generator? Well, yes, you can use a generator. Generators work well to charge your batteries when you're out boondocking. But there's a few problems with generators. One is they cause a lot of noise and air pollution, and they can keep you up at night when they're running all night trying to keep everything going. So RV solar can help solve that problem. And a lot of times a generator might not be quite big enough to run all the appliances that you want to run. You're limited to how many watts it can produce. Another thing is that a lot of RV parks don't let you run generators at night. So that can be a big problem if you run out of batteries and you've got a bunch of stuff in the fridge and you can't run your generator. You're kind of stuck. So that gets us in here to talk about our RV solar panels. So these are your solution. We have brand new 210 watt solar panels, which just came out this year. They used to be 200 watts. Now we've got even more solar on an even more compact, smaller design. And what we like about these solar panels is that they're custom made just for us here in northern Indiana. And they're designed for durability. So we've got more frame per square inch, which means that the solar panels aren't going to shake around and crack. Solar panels can get micro fractures in them on the cells. So the glass won't break, but the cells could break if they're shaking around too much. And so we've got these smaller size that actually works a lot better with RV solar because we can fit more of them on the roof because they're not going to get in the way of your other objects like satellites or ACs or fans or anything like that. We can kind of be flexible with them because they're not so big, and they're highly efficient. So you can put a lot of them on there. They're going to produce a lot of power in a short amount of time. And they can charge your batteries up during the day, run your appliances, and you can start the night with full batteries and keep everything going till the morning. And a lot of people, main question we get is, well, do we have to penetrate the roof? And most of the time, yes, we have to penetrate the roof, but we have a lifetime sealant that we use in our construction. So we've got these brackets, we use lifetime sealant on them. And so far, we've never had a leak. We've been doing this in 2006. We've never had a roof leak. So that says something about how it works. So we're not concerned about roof leaks when we install solar, and neither should you. Another question that we get a lot is whether or not we can tilt the solar panels. Now, yes, we could design a system that tilts the solar panels, but honestly, we don't think it's worth doing, because are you really going to want to climb up on your roof every time you want to tilt your solar panels and get a little bit more power out of them? It might add 15% more power, but a lot of times people don't really think it's worth it. You might just add one more solar panel on there, and it makes the installation shorter, it makes it less expensive, and you don't really need it. If you do the math right and can figure out how many solar panels you need. None of our customers install roof systems that can tilt. You can get portable solar panels, which is something that we can offer. So if you really need that extra power, or you really don't want to put solar panels on your roof, you can put them off to the side here. You can plug them in, and they can charge your batteries once you're stopped and you're parked and you're out where you want to be. You can lay them out, charge your batteries like that. One problem with that is you probably won't be able to use as many, so maybe just a handful, maybe 2 to 4. And they won't be running all the time. You can only use them when you're parked. So that's one problem with that, but that is something we offer, and a lot of people like to do that. The next big part of solar energy is batteries. So solar panels charge your batteries, and what kind of batteries you have make a big difference in what you can do. So the typical RV comes with a lead acid battery bank, and those are the cheapest, heaviest batteries, and they've got a lot of maintenance. You've got to upkeep them. They can cause corrosion. They take up a lot of space. They're extremely heavy, but they work just fine for some people. So if you're not looking to go off-grid, if you're not looking to go boondocking, maybe you just want to run a fridge, that's it. Lead acid batteries would work fine for you as long as you're good at keeping them up and maintaining them. The next kind of battery that a lot of people choose is an AGM battery, and these are sealed lead acid batteries, and they work almost just the same. They're a little bit more expensive, but there's no maintenance involved. So instead of having water in them, they've got a gel, and they're sealed, so there's no corrosion. They're still extremely heavy. They still take up a lot of space, but if you don't want to mess around upkeeping your batteries, these are a good option to choose. The option that we like the best for going off-grid and going boondocking is lithium batteries. And we are putting on a lithium battery specific product presentation, so if you'd like to learn even more, watch our little video on that. But I'll give you the basics right here, which is that we like lithium because they're going to last you 10 times longer. They're going to charge faster. They weigh about the third of the weight of a lead acid battery. No maintenance, no corrosion. They're way more efficient. And what I mean by efficient is that you can discharge them down to about 80%, or 20% of what you started with, instead of maybe 50% of a lead acid battery. You can go down, you can discharge them 80%, and that'll make it so you can get even more power out of the same capacity than a lead acid battery, and they charge faster. So that's the big advantage of lithium over the other kinds. They do have a higher upfront cost, but they have a lower per cycle cost. So you'll actually save money in the long run by going with lithium. Here's a little bit more about lithium batteries. We like Rely-On brand, just because we think they're one of the top brands. There are other good brands too, but we like this one. And one reason we like lithium batteries is if you want to run an AC off-grid, there's no other way to do it without getting a big lithium battery bank. At least there's no way we know of. If you want to run an AC and not have to worry about running out of batteries, a lot of the RVers out there who want to do this will get 3 or 4 of the 300 amp hour lithium batteries, and those will run an AC off grid if you've got solar power as well. And we like these because lithium batteries have a constant voltage. It never drops off until the battery runs out. So the battery will cut out, it'll cut itself out at around 80 to 90% of a discharge. It's got its own battery monitoring system in there, a little computer that knows when to cut it off so it never completely runs out and damages the battery. And the voltage never drops. So you've got a constant voltage going until the battery runs out. And this lets them go boondocking without having to think about their power. Lithium batteries paired with solar are the best option to go boondocking, going off grid, without having to worry about running out of power, because they've just got so much more power in them, and you can fit way more of them in an RV. They can be oriented any way you want. You can put them upside down if you need to. It doesn't matter. They're still going to discharge. They're still going to work great. So that's why we like lithium batteries. This is a brand new option that RelyOn just released, and these are what they're called their Insight series. And these are golf cart batteries. So if you got a golf cart that you like bringing around with you, you can put these in them. They're 48 volts. They've got their own battery monitoring system built into them, and they're really cool. So if you're interested in more about this, how to power your golf cart with a lithium battery, feel free to send us some questions about that. The next big part of RV solar is the inverter. The inverter inverts your DC power, which your solar panels make, to AC power. That's direct current to alternating current. And there are two different kinds of inverters out there nowadays. One is a modified sine wave inverter. One is a pure sine wave inverter. The big difference with these is it's cheap electricity or good electricity. So a modified sine wave inverter makes dirty, cheap electricity that's not good for your appliances or anything you plug it into. It's going to wear them out faster, and it's not good for them. A pure sine wave inverter is great. That's the energy that you need, and it's going to power everything and make your appliances last longer. That's one big difference. And like I said, we got this little graph here. You can see the difference between a modified sine wave and a pure sine wave. A pure sine wave, it's way more efficient. It's going to use a lot less energy. It'll work on all your appliances. It'll make your appliances last longer. The inverter will last longer. And as you can see here, a pure sine wave uses 30% less energy than a modified, so you'll get even more power out of your RV solar system with a pure sine wave inverter, which is what we recommend. Some people get the modified one because they don't need a pure sine, but that'd be like I said, every system is designed to meet the customer's needs, so it's a conversation we have to figure out which one is the best for you. Our preferred brand of inverters are the Magnum brand inverters. We like these because they're super high quality inverters that work really well with RV solar. And they've got a whole bunch of extra accessories and features that you can plug into them, which I'll talk about later. But one really cool inverter that we have with Magnum right now is the Magnum Hybrid. What it means by hybrid is that it means you can run your solar power and your shore power at the same time and get more electricity all at once. So if you need, let's say you need 5,000 watts, but you only have 3,000 watts of solar, you can get your extra 2,000 watts from a generator or shore power to get your 5,000 watt load. And that's something that a lot of RV customers are asking about, and is what they want nowadays to run all their appliances. So that's a really cool inverter we have available right now. We install them all the time, so let us know if that's something that you're interested in. The last major piece of RV solar is your charge controller. And what the charge controller does is it keeps your batteries from overcharging. That's what a basic charge controller does. You put this in between your solar panels and your batteries, and it keeps them, it charges them up to 100%, and then it keeps them at 100%. That's just what a basic one does. And the problem with a basic charge controller is, let's say your solar panel can put out voltage at 20 voltage, and your batteries are a 12 volt system. That means that you're not going to get that 8 voltage difference to charge your batteries. And a way around that, a way to fix that problem, is to get an MPPT charge controller, which is a maximum power point tracking charge controller. And what it does, what makes this different, what makes it special, what makes it so you can get more power to fix that voltage difference, is that this charge controller has a whole bunch of capacitors in it. And it uses your solar power to charge those capacitors, and then it discharges those capacitors into your batteries. And that allows it to get the most power from your solar panel to your batteries. So it allows it to get 30% more, so that 8 voltage difference allows it to capture all of that to charge your batteries even faster. So if you've got a 210 watt solar panel like the ones we recommend, you get all 210 watts out of that panel. If you don't have an MPP charge controller, you're not going to get all 210 watts. So that's what we recommend, and there are several different brands of these. You've got your Outback ones, your Magnum, Midnight Solar has some, and they all work great. So as long as you have one of these, you're going to get all the power out of your solar system. You're not going to be losing any. So that's why we recommend these kinds, and all of our RV solar customers use these. And that's the last major part of RV solar, and I'll get into talk about a little bit of accessories and other services that we offer next. There's some RV solar accessories that we have, and these are kind of little add-ons you can have to make your RV solar system work a little bit better, or if you like monitoring it. So one thing is a battery monitoring kit, which lets you know a few things about your battery system. It'll let you know how many cycles it's gone through. It'll tell you what the charge state of your batteries are. And then we've got an automatic generator start, so that if your batteries run out, let's say in the middle of the night, it'll automatically turn on your generator. Or if you've left your RV in one state and traveled somewhere else, the auto gen start will make sure your batteries are always charged even when you're not there. If you've got stuff in the fridge that you need to keep cold, or stuff in a freezer, this is how you do it. And then we've got online monitoring as well, so you can get on your tablet or your phone or your laptop, and you can see what's happening with your RV, and if there's any problems, and then we can see that as well if you'd like us to. And if there's a problem, we can work together, even if we're 1,000 miles apart, to fix the problem. And then we also have a new feature, which is an AC soft start. So this will make it so if you have, let's say you need 5,000 watts to start your AC, but you only have a 3,000 watt inverter, this AC soft start can make it so you don't need as many watts to get that AC started. It'll slow the process down, use less power. That way you don't need to add another inverter or a bigger inverter to start your AC. The last kind of question we get here is, do you really need all this stuff? And the answer is maybe if you want it, but a lot of people don't need everything. Maybe they already have an inverter. Maybe they already have batteries and they don't want more. Or maybe they just installed a brand new set of lead acid batteries. They really want lithium, but they want to use their brand new batteries first and get lithium later. Those are a lot of things we hear from RVers. So maybe you don't need 10 solar panels. Maybe you only need 3 or 4. Maybe you just want to run a fridge. If you just want to run a fridge, like a typical RV fridge, you need maybe 3 or 4 solar panels, maybe an upgraded battery bank of lead acid batteries to see, depending on what you got to begin with. And you need a charge controller. But the fewer watts you have on solar, the smaller charge controller you need, and the smaller it is, the cheaper it is. So you can actually get a relatively inexpensive solar system just to power your fridge. If you want to go boondocking and run 2 ACs, you're going to need even more. That's when you need your lithium battery bank, your 10 solar panels, things like that. We also have an inverter service center, so in the off chance that your inverter stops working, whether it's a Magnum inverter or any other brand, you can send it to us, you can ship it to us, or bring it to our shop here in Napanee, and we can take a look at it and let you know what's wrong with it. We can replace it or fix a part in it if we can, but we'll let you know either way what's wrong and what we need to do to fix it and how much that would cost. So that's something that a lot of people use. Maybe they don't need any of our other services, but they have a problem with their inverter, they're just about to go on vacation. We can take a look at it, fix the problem, and replace it if we need to in just one afternoon. So we just had somebody do that very recently. So that's another option we have for folks. We're located, as I mentioned before, in Elkhart County. You can see the other RV brands around here. So if you're bringing your RV up to get some work done here around Elkhart County, stop by our shop, come check us out, see what we've got. You can talk to one of our experts and they'll let you know what it takes to get RV solar. The last bit of information we have for you today is talk about financial incentives for solar. Right now, this year, 2020, there's a 26% federal tax credit that you'd be eligible for if, one, you're paying taxes, and two, you buy solar with your purchase. So if you buy a solar system, and no matter what you do, as long as you buy at least one solar panel, you're eligible for a 26% federal tax credit. So if you buy RV solar, batteries, all the other parts that you need, put that all together in one bill, as long as you bought solar with it, you're eligible for a tax credit on the entire purchase. That includes labor. So that's definitely an advantage you want to take this year because it's going down to 22% next year, and then it's gone. So this is a huge financial incentive you want to take advantage of this year. Another discount that we're offering just for this Frog Rally and the Techno RV Rally is a 10% discount on all our parts. So that includes all of our solar panels, batteries, inverters, charge controllers. If you just buy the parts, we can give you 10% off. If you'd like to come do an installation here, so you come to our shop in Napanee, we can give you a 5% discount on the entire system. So that's all your parts and all your labor put together. We can give you a 5% discount on everything. And that's the first time we've ever offered a discount like that on the entire system. So if you'd like to take advantage of that discount, make sure you give us a call, send us an email, go to our website and send us a message, and you'll be able to get that discount if you mention that you watched our video on the Frog Rally Techno RV virtual rally. And thank you so much for your attention. My name is Andrew Staffelbach. This is Solar Energy Systems. And thanks again to Forest River and Techno RV for putting on this virtual rally. Thank you.